Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike, and today, well, we're going to talk about the 2021 Chevrolet Blazer. And we'll just get this out there, guys. My personal opinion on the Blazer is, well, it's a very good crossover, but a bad Blazer. But we'll get to more of that in a little bit. Let's start with styling the front end. It's pretty aggressive looking. I like the daytime running lights. They're small, kind of sinister looking. Big, bold grille. When they made this vehicle, they wanted to infuse it with some Camaro DNA. You can definitely see it up front. You have the fog lights down below, which are actually your real lights. They do a good job at fooling you. Overall, the front end, it's pretty aggressive looking. Now you can get the RS package, which gives you lots of different little black pieces here and there that make it more aggressive, or you can go more premium and luxurious. Either way, it's a very nice front end. Going to the side profile. The silhouette, it kind of looks like a lot of the other crossovers, but the body lines, they're pretty sharp. They kind of stand out, giving you a muscular look, which is nice. And the rims. You can go from pretty basic to aggressive or luxurious. It's always good to have options. Now the rear end. I'll be honest, guys, this rear end, it doesn't do a lot for me. It's kind of basic, but it's alright. There's some body lines here and there, so it's not too plain. And, you know, the taillights look pretty decent. On the higher trims, you can dual exhaust, which is always a nice sporty look. Now going into the interior. And guys, when you walk into this interior, you look around and it's a lot of GM parts bin in here. And I mean that in a good way. A lot of the pieces they use are from other GM models, and it all works. It's very cohesive looking. You sit down in nice bucket seats. You can get cloth going all the way up to nice premium leather. Nice steering wheel in front of you, which I believe is from the Silverado, but nice buttons on there. The whole dash is straight out of the Camaro, and it's a cool thing. The Camaro dash is nice, and it's cool to see it here in a sporty SUV, or a crossover I should say. A nice gauge cluster in front of you. On the lower models, there's a little tiny helper screen with analog around it. As you move up the trim lines, you can get a big, huge helper screen with lots of good information. Next to you, you have your MyLink system. It's a good system. It's the same one you get from the Camaro. It's easy to use, easy to understand. And below there, you have some nice hard touch buttons. And you have these nice vents throughout the whole cabin. I really like these. I really like them in the Camaro. They're also here, same dash. But they're nice. They look good. You can click them. It's a very nice sound when you hear them click. Overall, it's a good interior. Yes, it's from bits and bobs from the other GM cars, but like I said, it all fits nice cohesively. You can go from pretty basic to pretty luxurious or very sporty, depending on your wants, your needs, and your budget. Overall, the Blazer. It's a good crossover, like I said, but it's a bad Blazer. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's not body on frame, it's not an off-roader, but that wasn't really their intent. They wanted to make a crossover that kind of stood out, that had a sporty Camaro DNA in it, and they did just that. Even though it has the Blazer name, some people aren't happy with that. This vehicle sells very well. Anyway, let's just talk about the hard numbers and some of the trim lines. This vehicle, a base trim is the L. They're actually very hard to find, but that's your entry point in. That starts about $28,000. And that vehicle has the 2.5 liter engine in it, naturally aspirated, makes about 193 horsepower and about 188 pound-feet of torque. You find that in the lowest trim or the trim above that. Most people just kind of skip those engines. They're pretty sluggish, to be honest with you. Once you go up to like the 2LT, you get the 2 liter turbo standard. The 2LT starts about $35,800. Not too bad, but that 2 liter turbo, it makes 227 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. I recommend if you have to get a base engine, go for that. Spend a little extra money to get some of the niceties on the interior as well as the power plant. Now as you move up the trim line from there, the RS package comes soon after. And the RS package, that's the aggressive one. That's the one I personally like. It has a very nice look to it. It's more aggressive looking. That comes standard with the 3.6 liter V6. It's in a lot of other GM vehicles. It's a good power plant. This application makes 308 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. Not bad. A lot of people try to option that engine in, and I like that engine. It's solid, it's peppy. It moves this vehicle quite nicely. Now if you want something more luxurious, above this is the Premier. Now the Premier is your nice premium leather seats, all the nice tech, the big chrome wheels, the nice chrome on the exterior. It's not really my bag of tea, but it's very nice looking. Now that model starts at $43,000. And you can option, the base engine is actually the 2 liter turbo, or you can option in the 3 liter V6 or the 3.6 liter V6. Either way, both those power plants are pretty good, but I recommend the 3.6. Now, there's a lot of different trims, a lot of different numbers, but if you get the right configuration, you can tow 4,500 pounds, which isn't bad. A 9-speed automatic transmission is used throughout all these vehicles, and you have a good all-wheel drive system. It's a dual clutch all-wheel drive, and you have a mode selector. You can select the different terrains to help you out, but this isn't a real off-roader like the old Blazer. This vehicle is designed for the streets. It's supposed to be sporty, and yes, that all-wheel drive system will get you through snow, no problem. Muddy, dirty roads, no problem, but you're not going to take this off-road. You don't have much ground clearance. There's no Under Armour underneath there, but still, regardless of the name, this vehicle is selling well. It's a great design. It has that Camaro DNA, like I said, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of this car, regardless of the name? A friend of mine actually just got one of these not too long ago, and he really likes it. He went from a smaller Chevy vehicle, the Equinox. He moved up to this. He likes the power plant, he likes the styling, and so far, he's very happy. But regardless of everything, guys, I want to know what you guys think. If you haven't already and you want to, check out my channel. I keep trying to give you guys more and more content. I talk about cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers, combustion engines, and EVs. A little bit of everything. And please, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And as always, I truly appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.